Hey, alumni friends, welcome to another NHCC Alumni Coffee Break. It's Troy, the alumni guy, and this is always my favorite day of the week, so happy Tuesday, everybody. And welcome to the program, Afeez Sodeinde.
Thank you. Thank you, Troy. Thanks for inviting me.
Oh, Afeez, this is fun. I've enjoyed our chat off camera, and you're a fairly recent graduate, 2019, from the campus, but we kind of started our conversation. You said you were a tutor. Tell me more about tutoring.
Yeah. So after my first semester at North Hennepin, I took a couple of classes, including biology, and talked to um, uh, Robert Robert Bursick,
Yeah.
who was my first biology instructor back then,
Mhm.
and he was happy to recommend me as a peer tutor to Joe Crow, and it's unfortunate that I lost one of my first mentors not so long ago. But I'm very appreciative of the time at the tutoring center with uh, with Bob and Joe, and the students. The students were totally like important impact for me, to grow as a person.
Absolutely. And Rob, you're right, left a huge hole here at the campus. A terrible loss for all of us. A friend of mine as well, one of the most giving, altruistic, philanthropic persons I've ever met. And he was great in the classroom. He connected so well with students. And every student I ever talked to said how interesting he was and
Yeah,
how much they loved his classes. And it was a huge loss for the campus. So thank you for
funny
mentioning.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. And you said mentors are
Yeah.
important. So Rob was a mentor, Joe Crow was a mentor. Tell us what they meant to you.
So going into North Hennepin, I was kind of open-minded about everything. Was ready to explore. I knew I loved science, but I probably was thinking about things in a different direction, like math and physics. But Rob kind of made me excited about the biology aspect of things, and made me, realize the arts and what why people do biology, and why it could be exciting. He was more of a plant person. He was excited about a different part to like what I do right now, but he was important just for laying that foundation. I ended up most of what I do right now are like inspired by temperaments and Andrew Arsham, but Rob was important for like just laying the foundation and making me excited about biology. And Joe was my first boss. um, I remember I was probably one of those students that were like, "Oh, you're my best boss, and that's because you're my only boss." uh, but I've had time now to have other bosses, and you know, Joe is definitely an important impact in terms of confidence as a person, and getting to enjoy teaching as a profession. And he definitely inspires the teaching part of my passion.
Joseph is a beloved director of tutoring, a great friend of mine as well. You
Yeah,
had mentioned our interview with Joe, and we've had so many people
yeah,
mention him as a significant mentor here. So thanks, Afeez, for acknowledging Joseph as well.
yeah. I
And
was super excited to see the interview. Yeah, of course, you can imagine I was heartbroken halfway through my undergrad when Joe had to leave.
I know, me too, me too. Yeah, definitely another huge loss for North Hennepin when Joseph left. So I appreciate you mentioning him for sure. And you had talked about you work now at the National Institute of Health and working with something in proteins, Afiz. That's amazing.
Yeah, so I'm currently at the um, institute within NIH known as the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute. And I'm studying this complex known as a centrosome. And, without regular function of centrosome people, it can lead to cancer in people or developmental defects or even like sterility. And we're just using fruit flies as a model to understand the basic uh, role of centrosome in an animal.
Afeez, that's absolutely amazing. I am in awe of your knowledge and expertise in that area, and really a very key time to understand some of those things as the pandemic affects people's health as well. I'm sure there's probably things that are related to your work, even with the pandemic.
Yeah, it's nice to be. So personally, I don't exactly work with the pandemic related studies right now. However, previous research that I've done, and also my interest as a person right now is like leaning more towards understanding viruses and how viruses are able to like evade our immune system, and thinking about ways to stop viruses from affecting us, and just yeah, that's where I'm leaning towards, and I'm actually currently hoping to get into PhD programs where I can do this.
Hafiz, I am just in awe, and audience, we are going to hear a lot more. I know it, from Afeez Sodeinde in the future. What a pleasure, Afeez. Thank you for taking time out to be on the program today.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely, and I can't wait to hear about all the exciting things you're discovering within your work. So do check in from time to time and let us know how you're doing. We always are proud of you and all of our NHCC alums.
I will. Thank you. Thank you very much for the invite. I'm super honored and excited to be here.
Absolutely. And signing off for Afeez, it's Troy, the alumni guy. Join us every Tuesday for another NHCC alumni coffee break. Bye for now.
Bye.